there as safely and as soon as you can.
And this is a look from downtown Miami. As you can see, all of the preparations for the Video Music Awards set for Sunday night. Most of the pre-event parties have been canceled due to this storm. But again, that show is still slated to take place on Sunday. And Joe was mentioning that several of the people calling in were saying, when is this going to pass? How quickly can I get back to my normal routine? And again, we do have so many newcomers to South Florida on a daily basis. And I have to share a story. I was squeezing a quick workout from the gym this morning. I overheard several people mentioning that they felt like, as we look from Miami Beach right now, a very thick gray skies out there right now. They were commenting that, oh, maybe this won't be a very serious storm. I don't need to take any precautions. This is just, you know, too much information. But I think we are seeing that there are people out there who need the answers to these questions, and that's why we're here for you and have that helpline set up. That if you've just moved here to South Florida, if this is perhaps your first storm, you may be wondering, well, what is the appropriate time to go out after the storm passes? And John Gerard mentioned earlier also that once we actually see that storm make landfall, there will be a lull in the activity for several hours. And if you are not familiar with their area, you may think, okay, it's safe to go out. I can get in my car. I can go to a neighbor's location or a relative. Not so. Officials are stressing again that we need to stay put at this point. Yes, the storm is being categorized as a heavy rainmaker, but we are seeing some strong winds. And of course, with that heavy rain means some flooding, standing water, slippery roadways. So it is not safe to be out and about. Your best bet, stay in with your family, be safe, because if something happens while you're out, those emergency crews are now out on the roads to help you. The DOT road rangers are no longer on the roadways in Miami-Dade. Fire rescue in Miami-Dade also off the roads, and we should be hearing from Broward EOC shortly to find out exactly what their call is as to how much longer any of their emergency crews will be out. So again, you want to stay inside at this point as this storm approaches.
Bottom line, as we continue to go around South Florida with our live Skycam network, do not be dismissive about the potential dangers from this storm. Again, the wind, that means down trees. That means lots of problems with this big rainmaker for flooding on streets. And of course, the storm surge itself could mean coastal erosion. Be safe, be patient. Again, FP&L says it has crews pre-positioned, but if winds are above 35 miles per hour sustained, they are not going to go out to work on power lines until the winds subside. And so it's vital that you stay off the roads. There will not be an all clear from this for a long time to come, through this evening, we should say. You need to wait from that for the National Hurricane Center to sound the all clear. And even then, it's not all clear, because you're going to have problems in particular neighborhoods that you need to let emergency officials take care of. And we cannot stress that enough as we go through the night.
And speaking of the National Hurricane Center, we have a chance now to go there with Director Max Mayfield to get an update on this storm. Now, Max, you and your crew members have been working diligently on this particular storm. What's your feel as we await the arrival of this storm just a few hours out, correct?
Well, you know, we're probably a couple hours before the center of the hurricane, you know, actually crosses the coast here. But the western edge of the eye wall is certainly already moving on shore. The strongest winds are really in the eastern side right now, so it's not over yet. You know, this is not going to be a very pleasant night for Broward County and the northern part of Miami-Dade County. People need to be very, very careful. The winds, the good news here is that the strong winds are really in a very limited area, and that ring around the eye there. But then we have to remember we've got the rainfall to deal with here for at least a couple of days.
Now, Max, is this something that we think is going to move through fairly quickly because it does have so much rain? We don't want it hanging around.
We don't want it, but I'm afraid we're going to have to deal with the reality here. It's only moving about 5 or 6 miles per hour.